All right, hello and welcome to the 12th episode of our Media Dump podcast. So I'm Dom, this is Nick. Together we're
Nick and Dom.
Yep, Dominic. And then this podcast is just me and Nick hanging out. We're talking about all the media we've consumed over the past 2 weeks, unless one of us gets sick, like I did 2 weeks ago, and then it's just over the past 4 weeks.
Are these good to eat?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought she was messing with me.
No, they're from like a week ago, from Olive Garden. They're fine. You can eat a mint. It's been a week. Okay. All right. So usually we have what's it called?
Board games?
No, we usually have sections.
Segments?
We usually have topics that we talk about. We talk about them in different order. First topic to talk about is board games. So you go first.
Board games.
Board games, as you call it a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do, but you do that a lot.
Sorry, I couldn't
Which
see
is
my
fine.
phone to punch in.
Which is cute.
Board games?
Board games.
Oh, okay.
That's not cute.
So
Take
most
this off.
of the board games that I've been playing, it's not really board games. It's just more Mantis. It's the only game that's not like worn out on us
What
yet.
is Mantis again?
It is a card matching game.
Just a matching game.
Pretty much. You have what is your cards that are in play, which is called your tank, and you have colored cards, different colored Mantis. You can either pull a card off the top of the deck that has one of the three potential colors on the back, so you can kind of guess what it's going to be. You can try to score and put it in your tank, and if you have something that matches, it counts as score. Or you can try to steal somebody else's, because you can see what they have in their tank. If you match something in their tank, you get to take it and put it in yours. It's not scored yet, but it's in your tank. If they don't have that color, you have to give them that card. So It's kind of like a cutthroat matching game. It's really fun.
You just play that a lot.
Pretty much, because it takes 10 minutes to play. Max 10 minutes to play.
That's it? You haven't bought any new board games or anything like that?
No, I put it on the list.
Talking about it, but
I'm also broke. I have like $4 in my account right now.
Yeah.
I've been looking at getting the box set for Carcassonne.
The big box?
Yeah.
That's what I say. I'm probably going to buy that at some point.
I'm probably going to get that.
Probably this year at some point I'll buy it. I bet.
Yeah. It's not a board game, but I did get a 1,000-piece puzzle.
Just for fun?
As a Christmas present.
What's it of?
Studio Ghibli.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like a stained glass
Like all of them? Like
mashup.
a whole bunch?
It's only 6. So it's
I've
got
only
like
seen like
2?
one that I remember. I've seen Howl's Moving. We've all seen
Howl's
Spirited
great.
Away. Come on.
Yeah,
I've seen Howl's Moving Castle, but a long time ago. I don't remember it as a kid. And I always wanted to watch Kiki's Delivery Service.
Same. I really
I
want to
never
watch
watched
that.
I always wanted to.
I
think it's
it might be
on
next.
HBO Max.
I know one of them. I don't know if it's HBO or if
I think it's HBO has Studio
Paramount.
Ghibli movies. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they have an actual category that's just Studio Ghibli. I want to dive into it so bad. So I think I'm gonna probably get another puzzle because I have like 4 or 5 of them, and when we're finished, I'm gonna super glue them on the back and then put them up in our window.
You got to do the lift thing. See if it works.
Well, these are plastic pieces, so it should work pretty well. Fingers crossed. But I'll
plastic
record.
pieces. Okay, so you're like, oh, we need plastic pieces.
No, it just came plastic. Yeah. No, we're so terrified. Sid's gonna eat a piece.
Oh God.
And we're not gonna find it.
That's his dog.
Yeah. Oh, the puppy finally showed up.
Yeah, that's his dog, not a horse, not like his kid. Like,
no,
my kid's gonna eat a puzzle piece.
Oh, it's his 14th or 15th week birthday, whatever. He's 15, I think, weeks old. So he's still pretty small. He's like 25 pounds, and he abuses people. He just beats the hell out of them with his giant hooves.
Oh, is that all you've been playing?
Pretty much. I did do some magic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made some coins disappear.
Did you do your 32 deck challenge?
I am working on it.
How many you got?
1, 2, 3, 4 started.
That's it?
Well, I have 2 completed.
You're gonna be like,
because I have 6,000
cards. I got 12 started.
No, I have 6,000 cards. I have mono black. It's a vampire tribal deck. I have green red, a werewolf deck. I have a red blue goblin mermaid mix. and I'm going
Oh,
for.
that sounds cool.
I know, right? It seemed like a good concept. Plus, I had a shit ton of both of those. I have a deck that's kind of like built-ish. I have the skeleton of it. I just need to fill it out with a lot more cards. But it's an Angel Demon black-white deck.
All right.
That one's gonna be hard.
That's
to play.
the mascot Abu. You could probably see him.
You might be able to see him.
Abu, come here.
You can hear him.
Come here. Up. Come on. Fucker. Bitch. Come on. Come on. Good boy.
He's also like 39.
Good boy, Abu. Good boy. There's no room. Like, he wants on above my lap, but there's not enough room. All right, let's get back to the fucking shit we're talking about.
What about you? Board games?
Oh, yeah. What date? What? So...
Today is the 26th.
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
Take 14
4 weeks. Oh, shit, dude. All right, so... finally played Disney Villainous this year. Haven't played it this year.
Really?
Just played it.
It's almost March.
Yeah, I know. It's me, Skyla, and Brandon. I played Pete. Skyla played Mother Gothel, and Brandon played Cruella. We only played Perfectly Wretched, which is the one with all three of those.
Oh, nice.
And it was Brandon's like first time playing Cruella de Vil. He's only played he hasn't played it that much.
Yeah.
And he was like, I hate this game so much because with Cruella de Vil, she's like about to win and you just fate the shit out of her, and you just fate her over and over and over and over again. And see, the good thing about the annoying thing and the good thing for other people, the annoying thing for Cruella is like there's some characters that you can get fated and it can just directly
it'll
impact you. But other characters like Pete, like I played, I got fated and it didn't really it didn't like put me back anymore. It
slows you, but it doesn't stop you.
Yeah, what it does is it slows you, but it doesn't stop you. With Cruella de Vil, what she has to do is she has to take tokens down onto the board. They're off the board. They have to go onto the board and then below the board. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're below the board, you can get one. There's two different fate cards, which takes one from the below the board and puts it back on top of the board.
Oof.
So then you have to do two full actions to get it back there. Okay. And you need to get 99 puppy tokens, 90, right? One Dalmatians. And he probably captured 300 of them, and we just kept putting them back.
That's so rough.
And he lost, and he was like, "I'm never playing Cruella de Vil ever again. I fucking hate this."
That's rough, dude.
Skylar played Mother Gothel. I think maybe it might have been her first time playing Mother Gothel, maybe second time, and that one's really annoying too, because you have a Rapunzel, and every single turn she moves to the right, and if she moves all the way to the right, you lose these tokens that you're collecting throughout the game. And so that's really kind of hard. It's a constant battle. You have to constantly battle over, like, you basically have to do something every turn. Like some other character, like pretty much
you can't waste turns.
Pretty much every other character, you can just be like, I'm just going to discard all four. You can't really do that with Mother Gothel. You have to like do something every turn.
Which is great, honestly. Like having character diversity, like play style, is how you're keeping that game alive.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's working.
And so we kind of knew she wasn't going to win. Like, I was like, Scotty, you're not going to win this. Between me and Brandon. Because you can win as Mother Gothel. I have, like, multiple times, 2, maybe 3 times. And it's just, but you have to know the character. And you have to, have a full strategy. And you have to be fully prepared. If you go in kind of trying to figure it out, you're not going to win with her.
Yeah, that makes
sense. Some characters you can go in figuring it out and win.
Yeah.
Not with Mother Gothel. She's one of the hardest characters.
I think Jafar is also kind of that way where you can just go in without a plan and just let the game kind of play out. As long as you know that you're supposed to get through the deck quickly, it doesn't really matter what you do with the first half of the game.
So then I won as Pete. Pete has these 4 gold tokens, which are different gold tokens. That he has 5, but one's a secret. One you don't use. You only use 4. And you're supposed to do all of those
It's
things.
just like random objectives.
Yeah. And I think it was my first time playing Pete. I might have played him once before in a quick game. Yeah. I think I might have played him once before against Nathan. He won in like 10 turns or whatever like that, like 20 minutes. And it's like, oh. And I barely got to play it. But this game was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I won. I'm so happy I won that. Because I only got Jafar and Scar left and then the new pack.
Well, Jafar, honestly, depending on how fast you pull the Scarab is like how fast you can really get going. You can go the entire game without seeing it, and it's at the bottom of the deck, or you can get it in your starting hand.
Yeah, that's what
and it helps so much.
If you read it, you try to read it. I try to like read some articles or listen to people or whatever. And so far, it's like you can win in like 5 turns.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
you can win in 50 turns.
Yeah,
it's like
you can be so far back, or you can immediately like start beating
depends
everybody.
On what you do, you know. And we also, I guess I didn't. So we played Terraforming Mars twice. We got another expansion for it, which is called Venus Next, and it puts a second, like a small board off to the side that's Venus.
Nice.
And it has the same thing where you're like have a bar that you're trying to move across, and then a couple more cities, and then just like more cards. That's all. That's what it does. It just has more cards. And it's kind of cool. I think we're gonna keep playing with it. I don't know about forever, but probably
it mixes things up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I played with just me and Skyla, and I won. But here's what we did: is we took all the Venus cards and we put them all on top. And
So
I got a broken combo, which you're not supposed to do. So one guy on the internet, what he did is he took what we should have done is he took the top half of the full deck. The top half, and then all the Venus cards, and then shuffled it into that top half, and then put that top half on the board.
That's smart.
Which is what we should have done, but we just put every single Venus card on top.
Yeah.
So I got a broken ass combo. Okay.
That makes sense.
And then we played me, her, and Brandon. First time ever playing, and I only got 2 more points than him.
That's crazy.
I only got 70 points, and he had 68.
Is that his first time playing?
Yeah, I didn't have a good setup, dude. I was like,
yeah. Did he come down and visit or something?
Yeah, he's still here.
Oh, nice. Maybe we should stop in.
I was like thinking,
Hey, why not?
and Skyla won that game. So I had 70. She had 87.
Nice.
It was funny. We were like counting up the final scores at the end. Is like, how many extra cards do you have with victory points on it? And I was like, okay, I got 10. And Brian was like, I got 9. And it's like, oh, you're 2 behind me. And I was like, okay, if Skyla has like 12, then we're tied. Less than 12, then I win. She goes, I have 30. Like, oh, well, okay, I think you're good. I think you win.
30?
Yeah, 30.
What the fuck?
I know. She kicked her. The thing is, like, I think she's really good at Terraforming Mars.
Oh man, that's rough. Speaking of Terraforming Mars, I remember when you brought it to the church like 2 years ago or last year or something. I found one of the pieces.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Did you bring it?
One of the cubes. It's at work. I didn't want to lose it in my backpack or anything, but I'll bring it when I bring you back Modern Warfare.
That was pretty good.
I'll stick it in the case.
All right, then a couple other things quickly. We played we got a new game, Fog of Love.
You've been talking about getting that game.
Okay, yeah, finally got it. It's like so it's limited community. Okay. So it's a romantic comedy board game. Okay, so you and the other person are role playing these people who go on like a date or they're dating or whatever.
Jesus.
It's like a really good couples game, right?
And
and then you have these secret objectives that you can't tell the other person, but then there's some cards that are revealed which move these. Man, how do you explain this? Abu. Lay down, fucking dumb dog. Lay down.
He's like, "What you call me?"
Okay, so it has 6 tracks. That's the thing. It's tracks with personality. Each track is a different type of personality or whatever.
Okay.
It's like I can't. I'm sorry, I can't remember. Different like patience or not patience, stuff like that. And there's either side you can either, and then you're playing cubes to one of the sides or the other side, and your secret objectives are trying to get one side like higher and then the other side higher or whatever. I don't know, it's hard to explain. And then basically what you're doing is you play a card and it's a scene, okay? And so it's like where do we go for dinner? And that's the scene you play, and then you both like pick one simultaneously, and then if you like pick the same one, then you're moving tracks and you're just trying to figure out what the other person wants to move up and down or whatever. And I think like it's not very much of a game, I guess to say. It's like kind of light. It's like
it's
not
just
really like a
time.
serious game. But I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like really get into the role play. and like actually like play these characters, which is what we said. We played it twice, which is the first time we were like really mechanical, and we were like, and the second time the plan was to get into it. And I think you're supposed to, you're supposed to like get into the thematic. It's supposed to be super super thematic.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to like play as if you are those people, even if it's not the best thing for you.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the fun. But I like a couple times I was like, yeah, but we need to move this track up. She's like, yeah, but that doesn't make sense for like our characters.
Yeah.
And so she's like, so I picked this one because I thought you would pick that one because that makes sense for our characters. I was like, yeah, but I picked this because that's what we need. But I think it's funner if you play it as the characters and you're not actually really trying to be mechanical about it.
Yeah.
All right, and then real quick, I played Red Dragon Inn, 5 players, and Brandon won that one. We played Betrayal of Baldur's Gate, which is like Betrayal of House on the Hill, but it's like Baldur's Gate themed.
Yeah.
And Skylar
destroyed you guys?
No, Skylar lost.
Oh.
Us 4-1.
Nice.
Kicked his ass. And then last thing, me and Brandon played last Friday 2-player, which is I keep saying I wanted to do.
Yeah.
He was the maniac and I was the
Counselors,
yeah. And I won because I didn't realize this, but he hadn't ever played the game before.
Yeah.
So he probably should have
I
been.
know Nathan had, yeah.
Yeah, so he probably should have been the camp counselors. It says in the rulebook, like, first time playing, you should play the camp counselors.
Yeah.
You shouldn't play the maniac.
You're pretty good at Maniac, though, so I don't know if that would have been fair.
But
anyway.
then I think I would have won. I think I would have won no matter what.
Yeah.
He's got to learn the game first.
Yeah. I don't think he should have played 2-player first.
Yeah, and I won like on like 6th turn of the 4th chapter, like early. I kind of got him like early, like I trapped him, and he was like,
"Can you like officially win in chapter 2?"
No, in chapter 3, the game will only end on chapter 3 or chapter 4.
Okay.
So how Last Friday works is it's split up into 4 chapters. In the first chapter, the maniac is chasing after the counselors trying to kill them. Okay, and in the second chapter, it's daytime now, and the counselors are chasing after the maniac, and then in the story of the game, they kill him.
Yeah.
And they throw his body into the lake. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in the third chapter, he's out of the lake, and whoever killed him, that character is now the predestined, which means that you're you're predestined to kill the maniac. Okay, so it's kind of like Friday the 13th.
With Tommy and stuff.
Yeah, Tommy Jarvis. And so you basically okay. And then third chapter, the maniac is trying to kill the predestined, and if the maniac kills the predestined, then the maniac wins. The game's over. Okay.
Yeah.
But if the predestined survives that third chapter, then the fourth chapter, then you're chasing after the maniac, and if the predestined like hops over the maniac, then the counselors win.
Yeah.
Which I think if I played it like 10 times, the counselors have won 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I think it's just because there's more move actions you can take, and you can spread out and accomplish so much more with the counselors than you can with the maniac. You
have to like have a good strategy and like really like you can win as a maniac, but I think you have to play really freaking well. Yeah. So here's the one thing I was thinking about is so in Last Friday specifically, the rules are kind of jank.
Yeah, there is a few. There is a few that are unclear.
And so here's what I've finally gotten to articulate what I want to say is that there's basically like 2 types of games, okay? The type of game where it's super mathematically balanced, and you have to play specifically by the rules for it to make sense. And then, which is a lot of games, but not every game. That's like Villainous. I think you have to know the rules of Villainous because it's kind of balanced.
Yeah.
And then
or at least your character.
Other games. Here we go, real quick. And like Terraforming Mars.
Oh yeah.
You have to know the rules. Castles of Mad King Ludwig. We played that. You got to know the rule. You really War of the Ring. You really have to know the rules. But other games like Last Friday, where the rules you can tell reading the rule book, the rules are not super mathematically.
Yeah, they're
planned
not
out. Like it's not super super balanced.
Yeah.
So I think in games like that, you just have to play it and just say whatever and just play for fun, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you're really 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 trying to figure out all the rules, you're not going to.
Yeah.
That's basically the truth. You're just going to like have arguments, you're just going to like have to pause the game. Okay, let's look up the rules exactly. How does this say? Oh, this is worded in a weird way. Like one example, last Friday there was a boat or a raft or whatever. Yeah. And you use that to move around, but in the rules, like it says the camper, that's a special action, and the campers can go all the way from one point to the other point. And, like, that's all it says. But then Brandon like looked online, and then he was like, this person says that they play that as that's the only action you could do. And it's like, this person says that you can move that and then still move 2 spots. Like, you can normally move 2 spots.
Yeah.
Because that's a special action, which doesn't count as your move. But in the rulebook, it doesn't say that. I'm like, yeah. So you just have to make it up. You just have to guess.
I think that's something. I think they're leaving a lot of that open because if you think about like slasher movies like that, something that works in one movie, it doesn't work in another movie. So it's whatever the group wants to play by.
So I think if you go, you have to go into the game knowing that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think like that, like, not to bring it up again, but my wife Skyla and my boy Flynn. One time we were playing last Friday, and they got into like an argument about how exactly the rules say, because the rules are like worded in such a weird way. It was in the 4th chapter where like when you jump over the maniac, every other character moves 1. But then it's technically if you get 2, you can jump over the maniac, every character moves 1, and then you can jump over the maniac again, and then every other and you can just keep jumping over and over again forever, which is an infinite loop. But like, so technically, like, it doesn't say you can't do that in the rules. Yeah. And they were like arguing or whatever. But I was like, I think you just have to go. And I was like, we decided, I think in that game that we were like, you just can't, you can't do it twice. Like the same guy can't
go
jump
forward
over
and backwards. Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's what we decided. And it's like, you just have to play it.
I think the other one we came up with that we it doesn't really say. In that game. Yeah. It almost murdered somebody that night.
You got so mad.
Oh yeah. One of the other things that we agreed on was if somebody jumps over the maniac, that space everyone gets to move, they cannot use to jump over the maniac, which was one thing that we ran into because we were like, let's just inch closer and then we'll basically pin him into a corner. And it seemed really broken, but it's also in the chapter where the counselors are really broken. So we all agreed. It's like, it's supposed to work.
Counselors are so powerful in the 4th chapter.
Yeah, it's like, that's how it's supposed to work. And it's like, it's not fun for the maniac then. So I think we agreed it's like, if somebody bumps into him, it's like, you can't bump him again.
Yep. And then also, as the maniac I tell everybody who plays the maniac, I'm like, you have to pay attention to the counselor's special abilities. Okay?
Yeah.
Because every so there's like 5 different tokens you can get, which give the counselors different abilities. But every counselor also has a special ability that affects one of those 5 tokens. Yeah. And so I told him, I was like, Brandon, you got to pay attention to this. Okay. You have to like ask me what they are or like look at them and be like, hey, what is that one? You have to memorize what these are, because multiple times I was like, I use my shoes and this guy moves 4 spots, and then I caught him. And then he's like, you can move 4 spots. Yeah. I thought it was safe. And I'm like, yeah, but he has a special ability. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, but I remember I told you. Yeah. You have to pay attention to this. I was like, I'm not going to go out of my way and be like, hey, just so you know, this is 4, and remind you a couple times. Yeah. No, you do it. Okay. Yeah. So that's one thing as the maniac is you have to pay attention to that. And most maniacs don't.
Well, it's like you have, because when you start, you pick which counselor you're going to go with. Yep. And
that's part of the strategy too, is like picking
who goes in the first chapter, who goes in the second chapter. I usually pick somebody who's not as strong in the later chapters to go in the first chapter, because I don't expect to make it out of the first chapter. Like, the way I play the first chapter is just to get as much revealed. Like, I don't care if I die the first few turns. At least we'll know where the maniac is. Or I want to bury as many bodies as I can. Yeah. That way they can't get it. Like, I play as support as possible.
Try to like bury both bodies, or what I've kind of been doing lately is so there's 5 counselors. Is I get like 4 counselors. One usually dies. You usually always get 1, maybe 2, but usually just 1. And then get the other 3 to the cabins, and then the 5th one just runs around and waits for the maniac to drop more. Yeah. So every time the maniac it's too much to go. We're already talking about too much. The maniac like drops these tokens that give you special powers. Yeah. So that's what I always do. Like the 5th guy is like, oh, he's just gonna run around, knowing he's safe, knowing you're far away. Yeah. Just so you drop more abilities for me to use. Yeah. Which is kind of bullshit.
I mean, it is, but it's also like that's the game, you know.
That's the game.
And it's up to the maniac to fight against it. Yeah. You know.
And the thing is, like, but then like it's also in the first chapter, if you aren't 100% positive you can kill them, you can
don't
kill the
commit.
last. Just run away.
Yeah.
Because the second chapter picks up as soon as the first chapter ends.
Yeah, it's like
So
Dawn.
it's like multiple times. It's like, oh, I know you're one away.
Yeah.
You almost caught me, and now you're so close. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Which I think that happened to us a few times.
Yeah.
Like somebody was running away and they were like 1 or 2 spaces. And it's like, as soon as it hits chapter 2, we're going to just
It's like, oh,
immediately 180
Yeah,
and use all of our abilities to
I think
catch
I
you.
remember. Yeah, and then somebody was like, "Oh, I have to use my special ability to run farther. Like I literally have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose."
Yeah.
Yeah. I do still very much enjoy it. I was a lot of fun playing.
Yeah.
Honestly, 2-player.
Yeah.
And it was much quicker. It still wasn't like super fast.
Yeah.
But a part of that was because he was like new. If it was like
I think once he plays like game 2 or 3 or 4.
yeah, if it was like
he'll get the
me
hang
and
of things.
yeah, if it was me and one person playing like the 4th game,
Yeah.
probably played an hour and a half. I bet.
Yeah.
Now on to our next. That's good with board games. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic is video games. Nick,
Yo.
what you been playing?
I have like a fucking notebook's worth.
You playing a lot?
A lot.
I wish.
All right,
I
let
got no
me.
time.
Yeah, I had nothing but time. So I
Lucky man.
beat Modern Warfare. That's great. Loved it.
You were like one
Yeah.
mission away or something, right?
Yeah, I beat it. Yeah. I ended up getting PlayStation Plus Essentials or whatever it's called. They're plus
That's
plus.
why you're playing a whole bunch.
I mean, yeah, it was $8 to get
Yeah.
it for the rest of my subscription. So I was like, screw it. Yeah, sure, why not? It unlocks like 400 games.
Yeah.
So
Remember you said that last time, and I was like, I don't got the time to play the games I have now. I'm not like,
No, I get it.
It's a waste.
I get it.
Honestly, like the too many games, like kind of makes me not play games.
True.
Having too many to pick from.
I made a rule for myself that I would download a game before I go to work, and I would only play it for like a night. And if I really liked it, I would finish that game before I touched anything else. If it wasn't something that I was going to commit to finishing, I'd jump to a different game. So I started with Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's the most historically accurate
Yes.
medieval simulator.
Correct.
It's great. It's for like 1406 Bavaria or something. It was great. And then I realized I went the wrong direction. So I was like following a mission. I was like, this guy sent me somewhere else. So I decided to do that mission before continuing on to the story. Shouldn't have done that. I got destroyed so many times. Lost all the steam to play it. Immediately deleted it. I played about 7.5 hours of Watch Dogs. That one's pretty fun. Might go back to that
Good.
one. I'm honestly waiting for the new Hogwarts game because
It's already out.
for PS5. It doesn't come out for PS4 until
It's not out.
April.
It's only PS5. I
It's
did not know
PS5,
this.
Xbox Series X, and PC.
I did not. Oh, PC. Okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know Skyler's playing it, and he doesn't have either of those, but he has
Yeah.
PC. He has a PC.
It's PS4 and Xbox One on April 4th. It's on Switch in June 25th. So, gotta wait a while.
Yeah,
for
did you
Switch.
see that? Like now, all Call of Duties are like gonna be on Switch.
That's
And I was like, who cares? Who the
don't.
fuck is playing Call of Duty
Don't.
on the Switch anyway?
Don't.
Like, who's
Absolutely
even
not.
playing that?
That's like playing World at War on the Wii.
Kenny. The AUG was in Kino,
I know,
dude.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's great. List is still going on, honestly. I played and platinumed Maneater, the Sharks simulator game.
You say you were playing that last week.
Oh, dude.
time.
It took me, like, I think 2 play sessions, so, like, just 2 nights. But honestly, I probably could have done it in a day. And maybe 12 and a half hours to platinum that game. It's so fun. Platinum Burlyman at Sea. We'll get back to that later.
You platinum that?
Yeah. It doesn't take much. It's, I think, like
Yeah,
a
no,
3
I
hour
think
platinum.
I'm gonna platinum
Yeah.
that.
I'm probably 3 hours away from beating Minish Cap. I got that on my Switch. I've been playing that nonstop.
I can't find my SD. SP.
I found out that I guess the emulators they have on Switch, they updated them, so they added a shit ton of new games. I decided to go through the N64 version because they added Game Boy. I was like, let me see what they got. I completed, because it doesn't have a platinum, but I completed Pokemon Snap in,
Nice.
I think, 5 hours.
5 hours?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, like, just playing that
Nonstop.
first level over,
Oh, yeah.
2 levels over
Oh,
and
yeah.
over and over and over again.
It's a great game. It was so much fun. Jess watched me start the game and then woke up the next day and saw me finish the game. So I was like, yeah, I just got the credits and I need one more picture, and then I got the credits again. And then I turned it off and deleted the save file so I wouldn't go back to it.
Yeah, that's
like,
smart because you're
done.
just gonna want to keep doing it.
Yep.
That's smart, actually. Delete.
I think the next game I'm gonna go for is Pilot Wings because it's so relaxing. Pilot Wings 64. I started playing that because why not? It's a game I had when I was younger. It's basically all just like flight sim stuff.
Yeah.
And the music is phenomenal. It completely just drowns out the rest of like how garbage the game can be.
Yeah, I love
it's so good.
Flight Simulator with great music like Top Gun.
I know, right? We just listen to Kenny Loggins for like 3 hours
Danger
straight
Zone
on
for
loop.
like an hour straight. Like,
Jesus, that was a great game. I miss that game.
that was funny.
But I hear there's
your
supposed
mom
to be...
came into the room thinking you were watching Top Gun.
Yeah, no, because I was doing homework and I was waiting to play it, so I just booted up the PlayStation and made sure that it was finished downloading. And when you sit on a game, it will just start playing the music. Well, when I was sitting on Top Gun, it was just playing the theme for Top Gun for like 45 minutes. She's like, every time I walk down, I think it's on in the living room. I'm like, nope, just waiting to play it. Got to finish this up. Yeah, that was a fun game. I miss that game. But yeah, honestly, it's like going on a huge nostalgia trip playing a bunch of older games. I'm so happy they added the 64. I hear they're supposed to be putting the older Pokemon games on that emulator. So, can't wait. You got to get a Switch.
Yeah. Texas.
We can play the Pokemon games again.
Texas. Switch with Texas.
What?
You're going to switch with their tax money.
Oh, I thought you said Texas. I was like, what about, are you going to Texas?
Fuck no, dude.
No, honestly, do it. It's so fun.
Yeah, I know.
Like Mario Kart, Mario Party.
The thing is, then we'll be like fighting over it.
No.
No. We need two of them.
Get one that you can dock and then get one that you can't. That way one person, if they want to play it, they don't have the TV.
All right. What else?
For games, I'm trying really hard to avoid using my tax money to buy a PC.
You don't have more important things to spend?
I mean, yeah. I'm saving it, honestly. I'm trying to get to that point where I'm like not paycheck to paycheck again. But
yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That'd be great. But there's just so many things that I want to do that I don't have a computer for, and I'm just like dying to get a computer. Even if it's a cheaper one, I'm perfectly fine with putting like $700 into a PC.
You just have your dad buy you your computer.
Well,
or two. He bought me both of those computers.
Joke's on you. Kind of can't do that anymore.
Kinda can't do that.
I mean, technically.
At Marco's roast, I was like, at the very end, I was like, what else we got? Nate's got a dead dad.
How'd that go, by the way? I'm so upset I couldn't make it.
Okay, a little tangent. It was pretty good, dude. I was woefully unprepared. People like writing speeches. So our friend had a roast.
Well, for a birthday. That's great, by the way.
And
love it.
People, dude, like pages, multiple pages.
Uh-huh.
And people would put speeches. And I was like, I got up there and I was like,
knock, knock.
I was like, yo, I am unprepared. I wrote about 10 jokes down. Y'all fucking came out here with speeches.
Yeah.
And this one chick, Kira, she went up right before me, dude. Fucking brutal. She went on for like 3 or 4 minutes about how Marco's ex, who was there, I don't want to say her name.
Yeah.
Just in case. Ex's dad used
Hi,
to
Brittany.
beat her.
Yeah.
Went on for like 3-4 minutes about how her dad used to beat her.
Jesus.
Everybody was like, what the fuck, Kira?
That's so
I'll say Kira's
fucked.
name. I don't give a fuck.
That's so fucked.
And I had two good jokes. Okay.
Only two?
Well, the first thing I said, I was like, y'all making me follow Kira? What the fuck was that? Holy shit.
That's rude.
That got a good laugh. One joke is I was like, so she was there, right? Mm-hmm. And they dated for like 7-8 years or whatever like that. And at one point she like shaved her head and she like went bald or whatever. I don't know, for the aesthetic.
Yep.
And I was like, and one Skylar came up with this joke, spoiler. And I went first. My first joke was like, y'all ever date a bitch? She shaves her head. Like, what the fuck? Like that got a really good laugh.
Jesus.
And then one thing is I was like, my joke that I came up with was I was like, Marco's ex, guys, she's got a butterfly tattoo. And everybody looked at me waiting for the joke. And I just went, that's it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Dude, it was people were like, it was like just staring, like waiting for the joke. That's it.
Yeah.
That got a big laugh.
Oh man,
That one, that was like my best joke.
honestly, that is a phenomenal joke. That is because that says a lot about a person.
Yeah,
Man, oh,
like my mom.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah, and I called Nate Dale Gribble. That was another good one.
That's great. Honestly, I knew that roast was gonna be rough because,
Dude, oh my god, they fucking went nuts.
well, like just Marco alone. Marco's a great guy. Like he truly will roast himself before he lets anyone do it. It's like you can't say anything that will hurt me that I haven't already said about
he didn't
myself.
really say much, or he was like at the very end he tries to do one joke for everybody. He goes, Dom, I like your wife better than you.
That's great. Oh, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mark, I love you, man. Oh, that's
was
fucking
good.
great. I'm so mad.
There was
I
one
missed
last
it.
thing I can't remember what it was now.
Oh man.
So that was good. It was a good little tangent there for everybody. But what do you expect? If you've seen a couple episodes of this, but used to this, yeah.
Actually,
there weren't that many. I kind of wanted a couple more jokes about me, but there were only a couple because I only knew about I knew about it. Actually, I knew most of the people there, but there were only a couple about me. Oh, one joke I made is I just came up with this on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I first saw Marco at work, you know, I thought I wouldn't like him, and I don't. So, and then I was like, I said, "Hey Nate, you tell Marco's mom she owes me extra $20 for coming to this fucking thing." I was like, you know how much she had to pay me to make him a groomsman at my wedding? About when you bought me a house.
That's great. All
right. Yeah.
Back to video games.
Back to video games. Okay, you got any more video games you've been playing?
Now that I think about it, no. Like I said, I'm trying real hard not to like do some dumb stuff. I gotta comb through it again. Me and Jess are gonna try to play probably Warzone because they added an update, but I don't know if I'm just gonna skip that.
Did you ever play Lego Hogwarts again?
I think we got to chapter 2 because I have it on my Switch. No, it is on my PlayStation.
You got the Chamber of Secrets?
I got the Chamber of Secrets, and then they were like, yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is coming out a week earlier. So he was like, well, let's just wait for that then.
They're completely different games.
Yeah, but I wanted to like scratch that Harry Potter itch.
I was like, they're completely different.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I don't know if I'm going to get a new game or if I'm just going to find one on Plus, but I got to remember to actually pay it this month. So
nice.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, you know people like boycotting Hogwarts Legacy or whatever?
Dumb.
And I was like, I think there's way more important things to boycott. But I read one thing. It was like every single thing in the world, like, is created with something evil in mind. And like, do you have an iPhone? Well, the battery of that is made with slave labor. So if you buy an iPhone, you're supporting slave labor. That's a fact.
I got 2.
That's a fact. So but then you're like, but I'm not gonna get Hogwarts Legacy. And it's like, well, if you buy an iPhone, there's slaves making that. Like quinoa, if you eat quinoa, that's made by slaves.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Look that up. Or it was. Maybe they changed it now. I don't know.
If you're vegan and you like soybeans, it's like, well, they kill so many more animals farming your fucking soybeans.
Yeah, and you know how many animals are murdered for like your food?
And wasted.
If you eat meat, animals are killed horribly. Like, mutilated.
Like, there's nothing out there that's safe from controversy anymore. So it's like, why?
So you're gonna punish these like millions of, like thousands of people that worked on this game?
Well, it's not even that. It's like,
it's whatever.
You got to get to the point where you got to stop wasting so much energy on hating on stuff.
That's why I try and do less hate. The world is too much hate, so I try and not hate them.
World peace.
Sometimes I do, or sometimes movies and TV shows. I'll hate those. Because of the decisions they made, not just because. Yeah. Like, I joke about, like, hating, like, Fortnite. I don't actually hate Fortnite. I don't care.
Fortnite's a great game because it gets scrubs out of my Call of Duty lobbies.
Yeah, there you go. That's actually nice. Or whatever TV, like a popular TV show, like Big Bang Theory. I was like, oh, this show's, that show's fucking stupid. But I'm just, like, kidding, you know? And this guy just watches it, and I'm like, it's funny. Like, we should watch Friends. We should maybe watch Friends. All of Friends.
No.
And I'm like, no, it's funny.
Mm-mm.
See, but
I
then
hate
it's
Friends.
cool to hate on Friends now. So everybody just hates on Friends. Just 'cause it's
I
cool.
just hate Friends because like everybody's that says something's great about it. It's more than nostalgia talking. Like
No, it was but I watch it now and like there was a lot of really funny moments. A lot of not, you know.
true, yeah.
A lot of
yeah.
it was like bad, but I mean, it was so funny.
I mean, there's a lot of jokes that don't hold up, and then a lot of jokes that are a lot
there's like
funnier.
fat jokes and some gay
Yeah.
jokes and stuff. But
Well, it's the same with like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going back
Yeah.
watching that and it's like, man, I can't believe I actually liked these characters.
and like Malcolm in the Middle has quite a few gay jokes too.
Yeah.
But that's like mid 2000s. I mean, it's gonna be gay jokes, and that's kind of like real. Like teenagers like joke about
Yeah.
teenagers make gay jokes all the time.
And it's one thing to have teenagers joking about stuff like that because they're kids. That
yeah.
what are you gonna filter kids on TV?
Yeah, dude, she's
Gross.
watching How I Met Your Mother, and I'm like, Barney's fucking disgusting. I'm like, this is gross, dude.
True, but he's also supposed to be.
I
Like,
know,
that's
but
his-
I'm like, I don't
that's
want
his
to like
sole
it's
purpose.
gross. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
that's gross. Like
Also, it's the exact
I don't know,
opposite
I was
of
like,
how Neil Patrick Harris is. So I
yeah, I
think
know. But still, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, I don't like this is.
I'm not gonna
gross.
justify it. You know.
Like I don't know. It was gross. Like it's like if you're like trying to pick somebody up and then you're lying to them. And then
Yeah.
all your friends are also lying to them, trying to trick them into having sex with you.
That's the thing,
fucking
yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fucking gross. And they like do that in that show. Like the friends are like helping them, like literally trying to trick this woman into having sex with him. And
To
I'm like,
get like a high five later.
yeah, I'm like that's
Like,
gross.
what?
Like this is disgusting. You know.
What are you,
But
fucking
then
college chads?
There's also a lot of really funny moments in How I Met You. There's
True.
also a lot of comedy
True.
in it. But like just that aspect, I was like, this is gross. I was like,
Yeah.
and she's like laughing at it. I'm like, that's gross.
Well, that's one of the things that I hated about Friends that I liked about How I Met Your Mother is like it's exaggerated beyond belief, like how bad a person Barney is. He has some good things about him, yeah, but it's so exaggerated, like how douchey he is. And then you look at like Ross in Friends, like no, he's just a piece of garbage. You know, he's just a bad human being. So How I Met Your Mother, I guess. To me, at least, it gets a pass because the character is meant to be like that. Ross isn't meant to be a shitty person. He just happens to be a shitty person.
I mean, he's not that. You're just putting that in your head that he's a shitty person. I mean, he's like
He's not like completely
he's like a good friend, and he's like Joey's the best friend, dude. If you watch that show,
exactly.
Joey like
I would only watch
he like
that show
breaks
for Joey.
up. He like he dated like Phoebe's ex or twin sister, and
Yeah.
he like really liked her, but it made Phoebe upset. So it was like, I broke
Yeah.
up with her for you, and then he
Yeah.
like really like they were gonna watch a porn video of Phoebe, and everybody else was gonna watch it, like haha, making fun of it. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna watch that. That's fucking disgusting. What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? And he's like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? And I'm like,
Yeah.
in real life, like that's fucked up. Like,
Yeah. That's the thing. Is like if you apply it.
then well, actually in the show, but then they're like, oh, it's actually your twin sister, and then he's like, oh, then I could watch.
Yeah. That's
thought that was
different.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, okay. So he's the
Yeah.
best friend, really.
Absolutely. Like if I watch Friends, it would only be for him. But this is the thing.
And Chandler.
Well, Chandler's pretty cool. I
Chandler's-
like
Chandler's
his sarcasm.
The greatest. Chandler's my favorite, for sure.
No, I know Ross isn't like the scum of the earth. He's not the worst.
Yeah,
human
you're
being
like,
ever.
he's a bad. I'm like, he's not like a bad person.
If you look at the main cast, he's the worst person though.
I mean,
That's
he's
the
not
thing.
great at relationships. Okay,
Yeah.
but I mean, he's like a.
How many divorces?
Doctor.
Like 3?
I mean, he's like a paleontologist.
Yeah.
He's like a teacher.
He's not a good doctor. He's a dinosaur doctor or some garbage.
Yeah, he got married 3 times.
3 or 4 at least. Yeah.
3 times in the show, and then actually in there, I just saw this clip, I think, in the like the reunion episode.
Mhm.
Jennifer Aniston, she was like, I think Ross and Rachel get married, and then they stay married.
Again?
That fourth marriage works.
I was
stays.
again. Yeah. No, that's the thing. It's like when a character is written to be a scumbag, that's one thing. But when a character just happens to be a scumbag because that's the direction they take it, but
Sure.
he
Well, that's fair.
sometimes or she sometimes is okay, it ruins it. Like Skylar in Breaking
see
Bad.
Oh my fuck!
See what I mean?
Please just don't even mention her name.
See what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, I
That's why
remember
hate
in a
Friends.
podcast, Rooster Teeth podcast, Bernie, he was like, "How could you not like the character Skylar?" And I was like, "I'm a good person, Bernie. I'm a
wanna
fucking
vomit.
decent human being."
Ugh. Yeah.
You like how we were talking about video games?
Yeah.
Tangents. God damn it, dude.
We should just call this the tangent dump.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay,
Changing
okay.
the name for this episode.
Okay.
What games are you?
Yeah, are you done with your video game?
Yeah, I was, and then you were like, any more? So.
Okay, I've been playing the DLC for Dishonored. I'm gonna get through that.
Yeah, I saw it on your desk.
Yeah.
What is the DLC?
There's one DLC. There's like a bad guy in it.
Oh yeah.
And you
kill the bad
guy-ish in it, and you play as the bad guy-ish. It's. I don't want to spoil it.
What is this? Last of Us?
Please stop. And
today we triggered Dom.
And that's like, it's just more Dishonored. I don't really care about the story this much. It's just more Dishonored.
Yeah.
And I want to finish
try the second one.
And I want to finish that really. Yeah, I just bought like a bunch of other games I'm gonna play.
You just said you don't have time to play the games you have.
Yeah. And then what's behind that? I think that's Ratchet and Clank is just behind that Dishonored. But I already finished that.
You finished it before the last episode,
yeah.
Right? Okay. I don't remember what you said about it.
No, I didn't. But I finished it that night.
How'd you like it?
Good.
Is that a game you would play?
I kind of like want to play it again. Honestly, I don't have. If I had like maybe more time, maybe I would play it again just for. Like I could see myself playing it again in like 2-3 years.
Because it does have like a new game plus mentality behind
challenge.
it.
It said challenge mode.
Yeah.
But then like I didn't. But then like I played through like the first level and there like wasn't. I didn't understand what I was like. What it didn't add anything. I don't know.
It just adds like an extra level of what the game already was. Yeah, like I think your weapons can upgrade a little bit more.
Oh, really?
You get more money for things now, and challenges are a little harder.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I used the Groovitron in every guide too, but I didn't get that.
See what I mean?
I don't understand.
See what I mean?
I checked your trophies. You're missing 3 trophies.
Am I missing 3?
Yeah, I don't remember what the other 2 were, but
is it like all the skill points or all the gold bolts or some shit?
Something like that. Yeah.
Dumb.
One of them was the Groovitron.
Yeah, never got that one.
Yep. When I was sick for about 5 days, 6 days. 5 days, and then the doctor made me take the 6th day off. I was like, no, I'm good to go to work. He's like, yeah, but just take it off anyways. I was like, yeah, but I'm good to go to work. He's like,
don't.
Like, but I'm good. He was like, just take it off. Okay, I guess I'm taking tomorrow off.
There you
go. Had 2 really good nights at Apex.
Yeah, I'm back at that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've just played like once a month or once every 2 weeks. Like probably, Skylar's gonna be doing homework. I'll probably play it tonight again.
Shame on you.
But here's the thing: is like one of the people that I play with. So I play with like 2 guys, Gabe and Jake. But then now like Jake sometimes plays with his brother-in-law, who's like really bad. Like he's like not good.
Wasn't Jake really bad like 6 months ago?
No.
Okay.
Jake actually like is competent at the game and understands the game, and his
brother.
I mean, he's a cool guy, but he's like not good at the game. But we did win a game with him, which was cool. But I kind of led in every category. Yeah. But then I'm playing with Gabe, and then Gabe was playing with Higgy from the church.
Yeah, go on.
But you don't like him?
Go on.
And that guy's really fucking good, and he's kind of like carrying us, and it literally made me feel like less accomplished because I was getting my wins, because I want to get 10 wins with every character, which I have except for the newest character.
Yeah.
So he helped me like get the rest of those wins.
Yeah.
But then I felt like less accomplished because he's like so good. He's getting like 3,000 plus damage, and I'm at like 1,200, 4 kills, and he's got like 9 kills. Like 3,200, and I'm like,
what's it like
and
to
then
get kills?
And then Gabe's got like whatever 1,600, 2 kills or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, we won, and I did contribute, but I'm like, it just feels a little bit less accomplished. Yeah. I want to play with people my similar skill level against other people my similar skill level. Yeah. Is that too much to ask for?
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
Absolutely. Look at Modern Warfare. They've been fighting with it
but
for
they
ages.
did just completely update the shit out of Apex.
Yeah.
And change
a whole
every
bunch.
Class of every character to like do something completely different.
I like the change that they're grouping the characters and making the grouping more significantly like niche, I guess.
Yeah. And they put like not the worst characters, but like 4 of the like least picked characters and the tankiest characters as the ones who scan the beacon and find the next region. And I think that's on purpose so people play those characters in the higher levels or play them in
And like competitive.
And stuff. And like that's definitely on purpose. It's definitely doing that on purpose, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because you want to have that diversity. Also, you put so many hours into building one character. Like, so much time goes into developing their actual like physical character, and then their abilities, playtesting everything, seeing if their hitboxes are right,
and then
they're meshing.
0.06% of people play crypto.
It's like you realize how many thousands of dollars went into that.
Yeah, I'd be so annoyed if I made a character and nobody play him. I'd be like,
yeah.
Yeah, and also you can only scan every beacon once now, so you have to keep moving. Because before you could just stay at one spot, scan the beacon like 6 times.
Oh.
You have to keep moving now, which is great.
I stopped playing before you could scan beacons.
I know. I'm just telling you what they did. And
yeah. No,
I know you're not gonna play it.
I hear about it. Yeah.
Saying, like it's really cool.
No, it is pretty good. Like, I enjoy watching it because it's a game that
you just watch like it's ALGS is Apex Legends Global Series. And just watch like ALGS and type in go to YouTube, type in ALGS Final Circles.
Yeah.
And those are some of the most entertaining, coolest videos you'll ever watch in your fucking life. So
it's like watching Siege matches where it's like, this is the last game and it's the last round and it's like a 2v3. It's like, how's this going to play out? Or a 1v2. It's like, there's going to be a push. There's going to be some conflict here in a second.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, it's a great game for highlights. It's a great game for like clips and doing the crazy shit in that game. Like, the movement in there is phenomenal. I think that's one thing Apex has on everything else. It's like the ability to move the way you do in Apex, you can't do in other games. Which is it's great.
Nice.
I mean, they might lack on anything else, abilities or guns or whatever.
They might lack on anything of substance.
Anything else, yeah. But the ability to, like, you can be an absolute scrub when it comes to shooting, but if you can move, you can stay alive. And then you can just have somebody else who's better with a gun take care of everything for you.
So you do it.
Yeah. Well, it's honestly, I don't give Apex enough credit because I can't play it. That's the issue.
You can play it. Don't want to.
I can't with my controller issue.
That's insane that you still have this controller issue, Dick.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm playing games like Maneater? Or fucking Pokemon Snap? Come on. The only reason why I played Modern Warfare is because I had to use my brother's PlayStation. That's literally the only way I can get through it.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Like, well, you ain't got no money, so.
Yeah. Here we are, square one.
Okay. Whose fault is that?
Why do you think I'm trying to save money? And this is one of the things that keeps getting cut out of the budget.
Save money.
I know, right?
I'm trying to remember. Like, I swear I was playing some other game, but I guess not. All right. That's it, I guess.
Well, that's a perfect time to check the camera.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, I've been moving ahead to TV shows or whatever. I've literally like been trying to get through all of Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Just binge watching it and skimming through the episodes.
Yeah.
So only watch like 10 minutes of each episode or whatever.
Yeah, go on.
What? I skimmed through it. Like, there's some boring things or things that I've seen so many times I like have memorized, so I just want to watch like the things I haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
And that took like so long. Like I just finished like
it's
last
a whole
week.
show.
I just finished like last week. Yeah, I know, 7 seasons, and I was like trying to get through it, thinking that I could watch it faster, and I literally just finished like last week. So I was like, now I can get back to playing video games. I finally finished Malcolm in the Middle.
I mean, it's like Breaking Bad. It's like going back through Breaking Bad, trying to remember all of the things that you forgot. There's so much of that show.
And then you can skip past every single thing Skylar ever does in the entire show.
Yeah.
Literally,
that's most of the stuff I forget.
Because she doesn't add to the plot.
Yeah.
At all.
No, she could be removed, and it would basically be the same story.
You can like remove her for the first when she has to do with the car wash, then she actually contributes to the plot, and that's also kind of a side plot. Okay, before that, she doesn't contribute anything to the entire plot. I just watched the show. Anything.
You know what they should have done?
Anything.
Because we're professional writers, and we fix.
I'll do a better fucking job than those dumbasses.
I think they should have killed off Walt's wife, and then they make Skylar like a nanny. That way, it's like she's still just a side character.
Okay.
she still has to be around because
That would've
there's
been weird.
children.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
And then it's like she slowly becomes more and more involved because, like, okay, she's motivated by the money of things. It's like they could make that work.
Nick, now I know that professional writer thing was a joke, but I guarantee you, if me and you sat down, we could write a better season 6 ending than fucking
Probably.
Game of Thrones. Okay,
Oh, better ending than yes.
in a heartbeat. I guarantee you, we
Absolutely.
binge the show and we like lock ourselves in a cabin, no phones, binge the show, and then just write out an entire season 6 script. And I guarantee it would have been better than what they did.
I absolutely know we could have done better.
In a heartbeat. I haven't even seen the show or read the books, but I guarantee you, I binge it once. All right.
I mean,
Let's move on.
let's
move on. Let's move on.
We have to.
Movies.
I completely got skipped over on TV shows. I think I watched.
Not on TV shows yet.
Okay, because you started talking about Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, I know.
Man. I think the only movie that I sat down and watched was probably Black Panther again. And
The new one?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great movie.
It's all right.
Shut up.
That's what it is. Once again, like every single movie, over the top
I mean, yeah,
for no reason.
it's great.
Over the top, ridiculous for no reason. That makes it actually worse. Like every
Nah.
single Phase 4 movie.
Nah.
Like every single Phase 4 movie.
Nah.
Yeah.
Namor was amazing. Shuri was
Yeah, he was
amazing.
I like Namor.
M'Baku was amazing.
Oh my god, M'Baku. Can we just have an M'Baku movie?
I'm waiting for
Can we
it.
just fucking go away with every other character?
Give him a show. Give him a show. Give him a show.
Give him a show.
Mr. Duke, you need a show. Absolutely needs a show.
He would do it.
Oh, in a heartbeat. I think the only movie other than Black Panther that I watched was the South Park Pandemic Special. Because it's like 52 minutes or some shit. So it's not even technically a movie, but it is. But honestly, that's the only movies I watched. It's just
All right.
video games and shows.
All right, boy.
I don't
I'll
know.
go quick.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
So I only watched one movie in the first 2 weeks when we were supposed to film,
Uh-huh.
and then I got sick, and then I laid in bed and watched like 8 movies.
Oh, I bet.
So I'm actually gonna go backwards. So I watched Safe House. You ever seen Safe House with Ryan Reynolds and Denzel?
Yes, great movie.
That's a great
8
movie.
out of 10.
I watched iRobot again.
Great movie.
Great movie.
7
10 out of
and a
10.
half.
10 out of 10.
Nah.
I rewatched Endgame just because I wanted to.
Yeah, great movie. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. Jesus. I watched Moonfall. You know what that movie is?
Oh, I went to the theaters to see
You
that
did?
movie. I paid money to see that movie.
It was kind of funny.
3.5 out of 10.
It was all right. For
It was
like,
pretty
just
good,
the
yeah.
drama. Dude, they're like, we're saving the world. I'm like, the world's already basically destroyed.
Yeah.
Like the moon, like basically destroyed the world, and
Hey,
like we're
hey,
just
hey,
saving
hey.
the world. I'm like,
The moon.
the moon. Sorry, it was a mega
Asteroid or some shit.
structure.
Yeah.
Mega structure. I rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
That's
Just
pretty
for
good.
fun.
Oh,
I really watched Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, just for fun. It was great.
so sad. Yondu got boned.
Y'all knew, dude. But
My
still,
man.
I still just Baby Groot. When you left remember you left the theater and missed the Baby Groot scene, the best scene in all of the fucking Marvel movies.
No joke. So pissed off I missed that scene.
I remember. Yeah. So the Baby Groot scene where he's going and trying to find the
Finn.
fin, and he's just going and he's grabbing a bunch of things. When he grabs that guy's toe, that was the funniest shit.
Please tell me you guys have like a drawer full of severed toes.
He just
No.
shakes his head. And that's like one of the best. That's probably the best scene in all of Marvel. And he left the theater right before that scene starts.
I had
and
to
he
pee
came
so
back.
goddamn bad.
He came back, and I went, Nick, you just missed the best scene in the entire movie. And then like whatever later.
Yeah.
Weeks later, he was like, Dom, I went to watch that movie again. I missed the best fucking scene.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
I think I went that next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was basically like as soon as Groot walks up and they're like, "Oh, it's Groot," I had to fucking haul ass to the bathroom. I came back and Yondu was sitting in the chair, so it was like maybe a minute and a half. And it was the best minute and a half of the movie.
yeah. It was long. It was a bit longer than that.
Was it
Like,
really?
longer than you think? Yeah.
Oh,
I watched Slumdog Millionaire with my wife.
my wife.
You ever seen Slumdog Millionaire?
I have not, but I hear it is an excellent movie.
It is definitely Skylar. She said
6 out of 10.
She said, "I'm glad." She said, "I'm glad you made me watch this movie."
Mm-hmm.
Slumdog Millionaire. I'm not gonna mention what all these are about.
Yeah.
Look it up. I rewatched
It's
just for
great.
fun. I watched. I don't want to.
Go for it.
Go
Go
I
for it.
rewatched. Are We There Yet?
That's
With Ice Cube. That's a great movie, dude.
pretty good.
Honestly, a really good movie. I watched this
Um,
random movie called 2067. It's kind of like a indie-ish movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Not even worth mentioning. I mean, it's like this guy. They travel. It's 2067 now.
Yeah.
And oxygen is like run. There's no more oxygen left
So like Spaceballs.
in the world. And everybody has like a breathing. Everybody
Yeah.
has a
Like a respirator or some shit.
respirator, and you like go to work to like get
Air.
air. And like,
Man, what's that movie with Justin Timberlake about time? That's basically
it's
the
called
same
In
thing.
Time.
Yeah.
Well, but then this one has this guy time travels to the future trying to find a cure.
A cure.
Yeah, and then it's his best friend helps him too, and it's kind of indie, kind of cool like that.
Yeah.
I guess I would recommend it.
Yeah. 3 out of 5 stars.
I watched Surrogates with Bruce Willis. That's where like
It's where they like swap bodies and stuff, right?
everybody has like a robot surrogate that
Yeah.
they are. That was all right.
Yeah. I heard that kind of flopped.
Yeah. I watched Shadow in the Cloud. That's got Chloe Grace Moretz in it. And she's like on
You can do it.
a plane in World War II, and there's like a gremlin on board.
What the fuck?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It's got Chloe in it, so
Okay.
I rewatched The Mummy.
Oh yeah. I almost did the other day.
Fucking amazing movie.
I
That's
almost did.
So fucking good, dude.
No joke. I looked at it. I was like, I should watch The Mummy. Just was like, I don't know. I don't want to watch the movie. I was like, we'll watch Black Panther.
What's wrong with
again.
her?
She wanted to. I mean, to be
She
fair.
watched Black Panther. Oh yeah, she's black. So
No, I mean, I watched The Mummy like 14 times. You know.
I watched Sea Fever, which is kind of it's a Irish movie about
A fever at
this
sea.
girl goes on a fishing vessel, and then like some monster attacks the vessel, and then like starts infecting people, and then people start like dying, and then they're like, and that was kind of cool.
Oh. And then they're like, that was kind of cool.
And I watched this movie called Predestination. That's the movie I watched before. That's got Ethan Hawke in it, and he's like trying to save and it's like they're like time cops that go back in time to try and stop crimes from happening.
Time cops.
Yeah.
Did they make a game of that?
I don't know. And that was a interesting movie. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
One thing I was gonna say is 1999 might be one of the best years for movies
Well,
in the world.
Tarantino would
Because
agree.
The Mummy came out in 1999. Okay.
Yeah.
Fight Club came out in 1999.
Yeah.
Freaking Deep Blue Sea came out in 1999.
Yeah. Still have to watch the sequels.
Yeah.
Both of them, I think.
What other movies? Sorry, I thought more movies came out. Oh, maybe that's it. Oh, when did Saving Private Ryan come out? I thought that was 19. Sixth Sense came out in 1999. Lake Placid, the first one.
Nice.
Matrix, 1999.
Nice. Had to squeeze them all in before the New Year's.
Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
Yo, let's go.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan came out in 98. Okay.
Close.
Well, whatever.
How late into 1998?
I'll go back. Yeah. Saving Private Ryan.
So like November or something?
July.
Not close enough.
All right. Movies. That's it? We're done?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
All right. TV shows. Malcolm in the Middle.
South Park.
Let me go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Usually you go first. And I caught up to Rick and Morty on Hulu, so it's not the 6th season.
Go on.
Once again, the show's all right. Okay, there was one. What was the one episode I thought was fucking really, really funny and hilarious. But I don't remember.
Was it the what's the team called? Oh, I can't remember.
What when they're in the robots?
No, it's from like season 4.
Season 5. Oh, man, I can't remember which one it is. whatever it was. I think it was the episode with the Captain Planet chick.
Yeah. Great.
I
loved it.
Dude, I was literally like laughing.
She was
in that episode. I was laughing. That episode was hilarious.
She was so intense.
And then the other story was like, Summer and Rick going to like these worlds that were exploding and doing drugs and
partying,
having
yeah.
sex. And
No
then
attachments.
And like the scene at the very end, if you remember, it's like those two aliens, and the guy's like walking into the room, and he's like, "Hey, Dad," and he's like, "Hey," and he's like, "Is Mom here? She's not talking to us. Is it because we had sex?" Yes. He's like, "All right, I'll go in the back."
Honestly, it is like a great.
And I laughed. Okay, I think that was a really funny episode. It's like, all right, they finally actually did like a really like revealed a bunch of the plot, like the end of season 5, if you remember.
I believe so.
It was like Evil Morty like left, and then it actually showed the like backstory of Rick.
Yeah.
And then like it was like the fake thing before that he said with that like Beth and his wife
true.
died, and he was like, that was actually true, that actually happened.
Yeah.
Which is what I thought. It was kind of funny. He was like, yes, yeah. He was like, whoa, dead wife, Mom, and then he was like, yes, nobody can shut up about it. I kind of like that they actually showed some. I'm glad they actually did some plot, because like I was talking to Brandon about this, and I was like, if you look up like actual plot points for the show, there's like 2 or 3 a season.
Yeah,
like it's all filler basically.
Yeah. Well, it's great because you could watch the show without having to worry about attached plot.
But I want attached.
Oh no,
plot.
I get that.
I don't really care about this. Like everything's independent. Like that's like on purpose.
Everything's so loose.
That's like on purpose.
It's very Rick.
And in the show, they make jokes. They're like, "This is a self-contained adventure that doesn't have any plot." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I want plot."
Yeah.
Like I wanted to plot. I was like, I don't know, maybe for the first couple, but like I was like season 5. I was like, we can start doing some plot.
Speed this
now.
up, yeah.
Like let's get to it already. And now that I'm done with that, I don't know.
You should watch South Park.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch South Park. I think honestly, weirdly, I think I want to watch like Gravity Falls. Just because I see memes about that all the fucking time, and I know are like in the group chat they post like memes from that, and then also like there's like a connection between that and Rick and Morty.
I think it's some of the writers on the show are friends or some shit, so there's a handful of like back and forth Easter eggs.
So I think I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah.
And no, it's only 2 seasons with like 10 episodes each, 13 episodes each, or whatever.
Is it really that short?
Yeah, that's it.
I thought it was like 4 seasons.
Or that's what's on Hulu. I assume that was. Real.
I'd never watched it, so I don't know.
You know, but that's like, but that is a kids show, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 seasons. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on Disney XD.
Yeah, I had to choose if I was gonna do
40 episodes. That's still not that many.
I had to choose if I was gonna do that or if I was gonna do Adventure Time, and I fucked up and picked Adventure Time and realized they had like 40 seasons. And I slept through 2 seasons.
That's impossible.
Because they're like 20-minute episodes. I woke up and I was on like season 4. Shows I've been watching. If you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm watching South Park for the 4th time. It's great.
10 seasons, 283 episodes of Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Holy
see
shit.
what I mean? I'm on season 12 or 13.
Of what?
South Park. I'm starting it over again. I saw they added a new season, so I went ahead and skipped to last season, and I remembered the first episode was a movie. Yeah, so that was fun. I think the end of season 24 was right before the pandemic. It was still a lot of like Mr. Garrison's a president. Then pandemic hit and it kind of like swapped everything around. So they did a season about the pandemic and then a pandemic special, which was like 50.
A season about the pandemic?
Yeah. And then they
How'd
did.
That work? Like,
it fucking. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Everybody was wearing masks the whole time and shit?
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
Or it's like everybody was isolated in a room where there's like trying to do stuff, but nothing's open.
Okay.
Yeah. Part of the pandemic special is only essential workers like emergency services and old people can get the vaccine. So like a Walgreens is
How
like a
was?
nightclub.
Skylar got it
Yeah,
early.
yeah. But there's like a line outside of Walgreens, and there's a bouncer, and it's like all the old people get in because they're on the list and shit. And it's like, yeah, we get
That's
to ride
pretty
around
good.
and do stuff. And I
That's
was
pretty good.
like, that's a good joke.
That's
I
pretty
like
good.
that. But then there's like a time, like in the future based movie that's basically like half of season 25. Because season 25, I think, has like 6 episodes instead of its regular like 14. And they just put out season 26. I think it's on like episode 3 or something. But I was doing some digging to see how, like, when it's coming out. Apparently they're greenlit for like 14 more seasons and 3 more movies.
Yeah.
In some like $14 million deal. And I think Warner Brothers partner with HBO to be the exclusive streaming service, and they kind of fucked up, and they put the pandemic special on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, they're suing. I just saw they're suing each other.
Yeah, I think it was like $200 million, and they're gonna win it. So it's kind of bonkers. But honestly, I'm trying to jump back into it because I played the games, and I realized, I played them on my Switch because they were on sale. With Plus Essentials, they're free. So I was just going to go through and get the trophies, and I was like, let me go back and watch these episodes while I still can.
All right. I think I told you this before, but Trey Parker is super into board games.
I think you have, yeah.
And he was actually on a board game podcast counting the top Trey Parker's like top 10 games of all time.
Nice.
And that was like cool. And they were like, everybody was like, that was the coolest fucking thing.
Oh, I bet. I mean, when you're stuck in like a recording booth, because you voice 8 characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at the.
Jeez.
So look up Trey Parker's top 10 games of all time.
You'll find it.
You just look that up.
I'll link it in the comments if I remember.
I won't.
Season 3 of The Mandalorian comes out Wednesday.
Yes, correct.
Like 3 or 4 days from now.
I'll see all the spoilers on
I had to catch
Instagram.
up. I watched season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian already. I had like 20 minutes left of the last season. I didn't realize I didn't finish the episode. I guess I paused it because I was like,
isn't that the one like the the guy?
Yeah, the guy. No spoilers. With what's his name? Just bleep it out. And then I realized I was like, yeah, I'm caught up on Mandalorian, and they continue the story in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So now I'm blazing through the Book of Boba Fett. It is so fucking good.
Really? I heard everybody was like, eh.
They can eat a dick.
Or like it was too much.
No. It absolutely is everything you would want from something based solely on Boba Fett. To be fair,
that's not what everybody else is saying.
To be abundantly clear, the first like 3 or 4 episodes are about Boba Fett. The rest of the season is about Tatooine, which is why people are pissed off.
Yeah, but okay. Not about that, but
yeah.
But I also know that people like the first like couple episodes of Andor, everybody was like, eh, and then now everybody's like, I keep seeing that it's the best out of any of the TV shows, better than The Mandalorian, better than all that. Have you ever seen Andor at all?
I haven't seen Andor since it's after.
I know the first like 2 episodes, everybody was like, "This is boring. This is stupid."
Well, same with Obi-Wan. Everybody was like lighting that shit up, and then apparently like they finished the season or some shit.
Vader shows up, and they're like,
and yeah, everybody like busted a nut and left. I haven't heard anything on it since. But yeah, apparently
I saw it real quick. I saw a TikTok, and I follow this one Star Wars guy.
Yeah,
and he was like I'm like this.
Yeah, one Star Wars. Pew.
Well, no, I was doing this like I was as if I was on my phone. Liking a TikTok.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I went to like a TikTok on my phone. Imagine
you need to get off TikTok. Got the muscle memory going. Yeah. You follow a guy.
And there was one thing, and I don't know if you read about this, but one of the guys,
you're good.
One of the writers, Dave Filoni or whoever it was.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, it's a shame. We had to cut out the Captain Cody storyline of Obi-Wan, and then it was just him going like this. And I was like, that's the perfect reaction. Like, what?
Yeah.
Cut it out?
That's great.
What's wrong with you?
That's great.
Put it back in.
Or give him his own. No.
Cut it out?
No, honestly, like where they where they dropped off in the show or in the movies, they are absolutely making up for in the shows.
Did you ever watch the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars?
I did not. No, I didn't get around to it.
Okay.
Jess wants to watch Bad Batch, so I don't know if that spoils
It's
anything.
not connected at all.
Okay, well.
So Bad Batch is basically it was it's like a 3-episode arc in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And I think it's like one of the things where they put it in to make this other show, but then Lucas sold the rights, and then they didn't make the Bad Batch till like 5 years later.
Yeah.
So that's like what that Bad Batch is. It's like they do with CSI or NCIS.
Yeah.
You know, they have that episode, and then the next season they start the show. So I think that's what they were going to do with Bad Batch, but then Lucas sold it, so then they put it on hold. So it's really not connected at all.
I just wanted to double check, make sure.
Especially not to the last 4 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, but once again, like, you should really watch those last 4 episodes.
Was it on again? Is it on Disney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything Star Wars is on Disney.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Book of Boba Fett. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you'll have to watch some of the Mandalorian.
My dad didn't like Book of Boba Fett. He said it was boring.
Because I'm taking show advice from your dad.
He loves The Blacklist.
I wanted to watch that. Same with Justified.
The one where the entire show is built around the main guy and the main girl, and then end of the 9th season, they kill off the main girl, and now the show's still going on.
Yep.
And the main character isn't in the show anymore. So the whole entire point and premise of the entire show was him like protecting her and training her to be awesome, and then now she's not even in the show anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of like
So you do it.
I was gonna say it's kind of like Prison Break, but that's wrong. Prison Break was a good show.
And the main characters were in it the whole time.
Yeah, there was that one season where they spent an entire season trying to save a guy that died the next season.
That was fucking...
That was so stupid.
But every other character still lived.
Yeah.
And great. I think that was the actor didn't want to do it anymore. I think that was
he didn't like the
I don't think that was the writers. I think the actor didn't sign on for another season.
Yeah. Well, he was in the next episode, or he was in the first episode of the next season for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, they're probably like, okay, let's just kill you off at least. And then he's like, okay.
You should have like killed him in an explosion, so you didn't have to actually see him.
Yeah.
It'd have been easier that way, or just snipe him out of nowhere. Yeah. Honestly, if you enjoyed the original trilogy and like,
I mean, I'm sure I'll watch it someday. I just don't really have like maybe if I switch to day shift and not work
even
if
you
shift.
Just watch like Mandalorian night shift,
or if I watch it on I just don't want to watch it on my phone. Like a show that
fine.
I care about, I want to watch it. Like, I actually want to watch it.
The great thing is like with Mandalorian, he wears a helmet, so you don't see his face. So you don't honestly need to be staring at the screen the entire time. If you're listening to it, it's fine. The action, absolutely worth it though. Honestly, it makes up the show.
All right. So,
what's left?
That's TV shows. I always forget.
If you haven't cut it, I am watching streaming again.
You are?
Yep.
Okay, I got YouTube. I'm not watching anything new.
Funny enough, I found a guy who's playing through the OG through emulator, the OG Monster Hunter, because he never played it. He got the new one, and he's like, "This is great," you know. So he went back and started playing the first one, and it is gold watching him struggle. What I went through when I was 12, trying to figure that game out, and he's like, "Why can't I do this thing that I can in a game that came out 20 years later?" I found out he streams, and he just cuts his stream down to like 40-minute videos. Mm-hmm. He streams 4-hour sessions of that game, and I'm obsessed with watching him fail through that game. So it is great.
All right.
I love it. Hash brown.
Books? Book? Anything book?
No new books. I'm making progress on Frankenstein, though. Honestly, I sat down to read Frankenstein while I was watching Sid, and he was not having it. He's like, it's not making noise. You're not trying to eat it, and you're paying more attention to it than you are me, so I don't like book. And tried to eat Frankenstein. Yeah, so I was like, I guess I'll put it away.
I want to find a new audiobook to listen to. I just haven't listened to anything. Hey, any audiobook recommendations?
Creatures in Caverns. Or is it Caverns of Creatures?
I've been thinking of maybe some Star Wars Legends books. Just because I keep seeing stuff on like TikTok or YouTube shorts about Star Wars Legends stuff. Nobody ever talks about the canon stuff. They only talk about Legends.
Yeah.
Because that's way better and way more interesting than like most of the stuff that's canon.
It's Caverns and Creatures. It's Hot Tub Time Machine meets Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was like maybe I'll listen to Lord of the Rings, but I was like maybe when I'm older.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't do it now.
It's like
it's
79
so
hours.
it's
Yeah.
so long. Oh, here we go.
I think I have the
Audio. I don't know. How long to listen to an audiobook of The Lord of the Rings?
I have them, so let me just look.
Yeah, I'm looking too. Looking at Audible.
Same.
Wow, it's got Explore Collection. How long? The Fellowship is. Bro, this really doesn't say how long this stuff is. This is stupid.
The Fellowship of the Ring,
What is this?
just the Fellowship of the Ring, is what? No way.
What?
It says it's only 19 hours.
That's barely added. That's my book.
Yeah, that's nothing, honestly. The Hobbit is 11.
How's the Fellowship? How's only 19 hours? I
don't
listened to
know.
was 28 hours was freaking Mistborn, the second book.
Dude, Dune is 21.
What are we talking about? Okay, whatever. I'm out.
I guess they just read it fast.
Okay, I put sports. Did you see that Kings game a couple days ago?
Light the beam.
Holy shit, dude! Second
By
highest,
one?
By one.
By
Second
one.
highest scoring game in history.
Yeah.
Bruh, let's go.
Wasn't it like 174 to 175?
176 to 175.
Ah, damn.
Third seed. They might fuck around and get the second seed. They're not gonna get first seed, but they might fuck
Yeah.
around and get second seed.
I don't
Could
know.
you could you imagine?
I'm not gonna.
No. Could you imagine Kings Lakers first round, dude?
God.
Oh my god. That would be
Someone would get
insane. Dude.
someone would get beat in the
That would
parking
be
lot.
fucking crazy, dude.
That's
and
a
if like the
revenge
Lakers
match.
win, the whole narrative of like LeBron Lakers would be fucking nuts. That would be dude. Like, could you imagine a first?
They
round?
stole the game from him again.
First round Kings Lakers would be fucking nuts, dude.
Imagine if the Kings they wouldn't. Imagine if the Kings won that game. It's like, oh my god.
I mean the series.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking baseball.
Yeah, the Kings win that series with like, let's fucking go.
Just imagine what it would do to the Lakers.
Did you see the baseball all the pitch clock stuff?
I haven't. No.
There's a pitch clock now. 15 seconds to throw pitch.
I heard they were going to do a
every
25-second, just because it was taking too long. They were going to do a 25-second.
Or maybe it's 25 seconds.
Well, I mean,
I've seen.
they
makes
could
it
have.
seem
No,
short.
no. They could have dropped it down to 15, because they used to have from one pitch to the next. It was 1 minute, but that was for the batter. So the batter had 1 minute to get back in the box and get ready for a pitch. If he didn't, they would count it as a strike, I believe.
15 seconds. Yep.
Yeah, so they're bumping it down.
With the bases empty or 20 seconds with the bases occupied. A hitter must be in the box and facing the pitcher with no less than 8 seconds remaining.
Yeah, because the pitcher has to get ready for the windup. I wonder how they're going to work timeouts.
I don't know,
Because-
but
Because a batter can call timeout at any point.
So as the time of this recording, there's only been 2 games,
Mm-hmm.
and both of them were like
A's won too.
an hour shorter than
Yeah.
normal. Like normal was like
Yeah.
3:30, and like both of these were like less than 2 minutes and 2 hours 30 minutes. And we were like, that's great for the sport, but also might be bad. But, they still got some kinks to work out. And then,
Yeah. There's always growing pains when they add new rules like that.
yeah, it's like, but I think it's
Kings are winning right now.
against who?
The Thunder,
Oh,
6-2.
they could beat the Thunder.
Yo.
What?
The A's beat the Brewers 11-4.
Ooh. But this is also just spring training, so they still got some kinks to work out for the.
Well, the Brewers have already got a 1-1 record, so
But it's just spring training, though, right?
it's the official record so far.
Are you sure? Because that's why I thought I was reading that it was still just.
Well, they don't really have like a preseason for baseball.
I thought they do.
It does say spring training,
Spring training, yeah.
but it is on their official score. I don't know.
They do have They do have a preseason. It's spring training. That's what it is.
I guess they still count the games. I'm literally showing you.
I don't think they count the games.
I'm literally showing you.
It's just their, yeah, but Nick, but also for the official, like I know the NFL, they have their official, they do that with the preseason. They'll be like 4-0, but then when the season starts, they just get rid of all that.
They get rid of all that, but they bring up preseason. Like they went 0-3 for the preseason.
Yeah, but I think baseball's a little bit different because it's a lot of fucking new guys.
Well, it's also a lot of games.
And it's a lot.
One series, I think, is 4 games or 3 games.
I'm still scrolling. God, baseball's way too many fucking games. It was crazy.
Also, it's like some of them will play 2 games a day.
The Lakers just beat the Mavericks right now.
Nice. Bucks won. Let me look. I guess we're skipping to the sports section.
We're in the sports section.
I guess we're in the sports section. The
Jesus
Bucks.
Christ.
The Bucks beat the
6 for
Suns.
34 3-pointers. Fucking and they won.
Oh, nice.
Oh, they had 21 free throws. They had 28. They had more than twice the free throw attempts than the Mavericks. There you go. That makes sense. All right. What are you looking at?
Bucks beat the Suns by 3.
Oh, let's go. Durant's still not playing, though.
That happens. Tottenham won. 2-0.
Hotspurs.
There we go. Lakers won Dallas last night, I think.
It's just now, I think, today.
Is it today? Okay.
I think so.
France beat Scotland.
In what? Soccer?
I believe so, yeah. Rugby, sorry.
Oh, rugby, okay.
Yeah.
I like your Kings are winning 10-7.
Yeah. It was 6-2 a minute ago. Yeah, we're still doing our disc golf league for work. We have, I think we're halfway through. We're at 5 games or 4 games. I think this week was supposed to be game 5, and Kyle was out because he had a back injury.
Yeah, I saw he's like posting TikToks about his back injury.
Yeah, he was out for like 4 days. He like threw out his back.
There's a picture of him at a Super Bowl party, and he's laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Watching the Super Bowl.
He had a back spasm, and it caused him to like twitch wrong, and he basically threw out his back.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Well, you have a bad back. His is just old.
Can you imagine how bad my back's gonna be when I get that old? He's not even that old. He's not even old.
No, he's in his 40s. You know.
That's not that old.
Yeah.
You're almost 30.
Shut up. I'll throw you off that balcony. You'll never see 40. And talk about a bad back. He keeps, because he was bored at home. He keeps sending us, because we have a chat called the Disc Dudes.
The Disc Dudes.
He named it. He named it. He sends us clips of guys just nailing like 600-yard shots or 700. It's like, yeah, just watch the disc golf championship that just happened like 2 weeks ago. There's a guy who banks one off of the ground into the cage. And I'm like, I quit. I'm taking my discs and going home. I'm going to let the dog chew them up. Yeah, I was getting pissed. I sent them a compilation of a guy's putting. He putts from like 40 yards, and he just like shit whips it into the ground, and it will skip into the cage. And I'm like, yeah, go do that. It's obnoxious.
It's like any sport. There's people that are amazing, people that are just having fun.
Yeah.
All right. So how are you doing in that league? Are you winning?
I'm tied for 3rd out of 4. Well, it's actually, I think right now it's
all this talk about disc golf.
Yeah. No. It's close. So we're keeping score throughout the entire thing. So I think it's
is it just like by 1 or whatever?
Yeah, it's 63, 64, 65 right now. And then there's Brandon at like 54. Yeah. It's fucking obnoxious.
Beating the shit out of you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's young though.
He was like, hey, what's the score?
He's like 20.
24, yeah.
Oh, I did it. Let's go.
I think he's just turned 24. He was asking, I think like last game, he was like, what's the ranking so far? And I was like, well, you're in first. And he's like, yeah, no, I want to know the score.
He's like, yeah, I know.
And I was like, yeah, thanks. The only way you could have made that any worse is if you're like, duh. Yeah,
I've been seeing you guys play for a couple of weeks.
No joke. He's consistently like hitting par on all of the holes we have set up. And it's
just just broke this.
Shame on you. And it's kind of rough because if we get par, it's excellent. If he gets anything that's not par, he's pissed off at it. Like, it's great. It's great to see him mad, but we feel bad for like the rest of the day.
All right.
Because we know he has to deal with kids.
He chose this. All right. Music. Anything interesting new?
No, not new. Music news, I guess. Lead singer of Puddle of Mud, who has a concert here in October, got arrested.
For what?
Here. I don't know. I guess he was coming to visit and got arrested. I thought it was funny. I was like, well, let's hope he doesn't get like kicked out or loses.
I wonder if they can hear him meowing on the microphone.
Maybe. Hope he doesn't lose his contract for this week or for his concert this year.
Sorry, did you hear Skyla opens the door? She goes, yes, for hash brown.
That's great. Oh, he's gonna meow at one of them.
I've been banging out to some fucking banging out.
I know, right?
Luke Combs is a country artist, kind of really big.
Gross.
Country artist now. So if you like country, Luke Combs got some bangers.
Speaking of country, did you know Keith Urban is from New Zealand?
No.
Me and Jess had an existential crisis because we weren't sure if Keith Urban was related to Carl Urban because they're both from New Zealand. They share the same last name. And we're like, oh no, what if he is?
I mean, they probably are at some point, but
they said I don't think there's any relation like significant enough.
yeah, well, yeah, but you don't know. They could be like
yeah.
sixth cousins
Yeah.
or whatever, and like that doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. But I mean,
You probably have like
far back enough, yeah.
3,006 cousins technically.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
probably have so many. All right. Podcast. Listen to Bear still.
Still.
So that's it. Everything?
I got back
What's
into listening to Time Suck, which is basically just like a comedic documentary series about one subject each, I think every other week. The one I'm listening to right now is Napoleon Bonaparte.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty good. They break it up with absolutely lying to your face. He'll just go on a random tangent because he thinks it's a funny joke and just spew God knows what lies about whatever subject he's talking about. And I think most of the time he'll leave like a 1 or 2 second pause and just like, yeah, no, none of that's true. I was just being dumb. And sometimes he doesn't. And then I'm sitting there Googling it as he's like, how many people just Googled this? I'm like, damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, he gets me every time.
All right. Streaming. You said you're back into streaming?
Yep.
Okay, wait, real quick. Let me just say, when I was sick, I watched Ray Shiny Hunt for about an hour.
Mm-hmm. Hated it?
I mean, it wasn't really. He was just Shiny Hunt. He was just talking to chat, really.
Yeah.
He's really just talking to chat and not really just running back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't think he even got one the whole time.
That's dumb.
Do
something. Get good.
Well, you probably should have mentioned when the Super Bowl happened in the sports section.
Gives a shit.
Yeah, everybody knew the Chiefs were going to win.
Yeah. We all saw the script,
And it
but
was
with how the refs are going, they pulled an audible
those,
themselves.
Those script memes are freaking hilarious.
I saw one. I think it was like, Philly's going to win by 3. It's going to be like 34-31 or some guy was like, yo, what if it is? If it is, no one will want to watch the NFL anymore. It's like, it's absolutely scripted.
There's a couple of memes where it's like when you read the script and you see that you tear your ACL. Fuck.
That's great.
Like it's like when I read the script in 2014 and saw that I tore my ACL. Fuck.
That's amazing. Oh, I gotta send those to John.
Yeah.
I think he'd get a kick out of those. Oh man. Yo, they're on fire with those.
Yeah, so some of those are funny. It's like it was like when you see the script and you see that you miss a tackle in the Super Bowl and they score. You're like, really? I gotta miss a tackle.
Why me?
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
I'm
streaming, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do one more. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot you're still talking about streaming.
Since you brought up that it was mostly like Ray talking to the chat. The streamer that I found, he's doing well. He has like a consistent like 25, 30 viewers for I don't want to insult him and say a small time streamer. But he's actually he actually interacts with chat because there's not enough people to like blow up the chat. He can read every message and interact, which is great.
Still every once in a while, I go on Apex and I try and find a small viewer. But every time, like when I was sick, I probably looked at 5 different ones. I just like don't like or I'm not interested or hate like, every streamer I ever watch. Like, so I click on an Apex streamer and like I'm like, this guy's such a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, why the fuck would I watch this?
Well, that's the Apex player base. I want to touch you. Get that Apex cooties off me with your fuzzy socks. No, I woke up and found out that this...
One of the best presents I've ever gotten. Not for my wife.
Who got you those?
Jess.
Are you sure she got you those?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair play.
So that gift, not for my wife, was for basically your wife.
Yeah.
I said basically.
Yeah, don't let her hear you say that.
If you date for like 10 years and you've lived together.
Yeah, for like 7 of them. What was I saying? Oh, the streamer. He's a guy from Kansas.
What's his name? Shout out. You don't know his name.
It's like X0IK or something.
You looked at me like, what?
He streams Dead by Daylight and Monster Hunter, which is it's pretty fun. He's on boycott for Dead by Daylight right now because he wants them to fix stuff.
Sure.
Which, I mean, it makes sense. There's a bunch of stuff the community's like been harping about for ages, and they're just not doing anything about it. So he's like, I'm boycotting. It's not going to do anything, but it makes me feel better that like I'm taking a stand about things. I'm not going to play games just because they say we put out new stuff, come play our game. It's like, that makes sense. I get that. I had to do that with Call of Duty once or twice, and because I was too poor to play. But he's a guy from Kansas, and he starts streaming at 8 o'clock there.
Remember when you golded some guns with Red Bar in?
Oh, gosh.
Hey, I did that with Red Bar. You said that about 2 years. Hey.
Gosh. But as I was saying,
keep going. Yeah, sorry.
Nah, it's great to wake up because my alarm will go off and I'll swipe it away and I'll get like a Twitch notification that he's been streaming for 45 minutes. It's like, great, he's not too far in, and I'll jump in and just throw a comment in there because I know I'm gonna watch the VOD later, and before I even close it, he's already like reading my comment out in the chat. It's like, well, he's actually like recognizing people are talking to him.
That's cool.
So he's got a pretty tight-knit community. So I'm trying to be consistent about watching just so I can jump in on that. It's great to see somebody who's actually like wanting to just, instead of just playing a game for other people to watch, he wants to communicate and hang out. Yeah. Which is fun.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah. I might get back into streaming, watching streams again.
All right. Go. I was waiting for some punchline or whatever.
No.
All right, now to wrap it up. Indie Game Club.
I was gonna say, it's like you're gonna forget about that.
Nick, did you?
Yes.
Play.
Yes.
Burly Men at Sea. Oh, you platinumed it. Oh.
Yes. Did you play and/or platinum it?
I played it. I didn't platinum it. I only played it once.
How'd you feel about
I'm gonna platinum it because it's really easy to do.
And it's kind of a fun game.
It was kind of cool. So Nick, you want to explain what it's about?
No.
Nick, explain what it's about, please.
Hey Dom.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
I do it every time you do it.
And you also didn't play the last.
I didn't play the last one. Okay. So it's kind of really artsy game. It's about like there's not a lot of movement. All you do is like move the screen a little bit and click on a couple things.
Yeah.
And it's like an artsy game. It's about like 3 brothers who are burly and they're men and they're at sea. And they're like going on an adventure, but you can make them. You have like choice between 1 or 2 things, and you make them go on a different. You pick whichever path, and it all leads to the same spot, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
It all leads to the same end, but you can just have them go slightly different adventures. Like they go into barrels, or they can go on a ship, or they
get turned into a walrus,
sucked in a typhoon, or they get out of the typhoon, or they lose a race against death, or they win a race against death. Yeah. And a bunch of different cool things. I only did one. So let's see. So I got in the barrels. I beat death. And then I got out of the typhoon and I met some dragon or whatever. Yeah, so
I believe every path has 4 branches, so it's significant enough.
And then I made it back to the thing.
Yeah, so each of them has 4 branches. So basically the way I think it's going to turn out is there's 20 unique adventures you can go on. So like if you decide, say it's like a left or right or a 1 or a 2, if you pick the first one every single time, you'll get 1 adventure. If you change just the first choice and pick the first one, whatever, that pops up, it will still be a different adventure, but it will categorize differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end, it will show you your adventure on a book or in this like library, I guess. And the goal is to just get all of the adventures. That's how you platinum it. You just do all of the options, which it's not difficult by any means.
Yeah, it's like 25 minutes to play it once through, and then 2.5 hours to get.
I mean, if that, 25 minutes, honestly.
Yeah, I think it took me 20 minutes.
And I
got stuck a little bit. I probably could have beat it in 15 or less. Honestly,
yeah, if you pick the fastest option.
If you just run through, 15 minutes, maybe that.
Yeah.
Do that a few times, and you.
I think the platinum took me 2 hours, maybe 2:15, give or take. So not like super strenuous or anything. 2 hours is pretty generous. I was slow and kind of looked around a lot, try to interact with more stuff.
Platinum, I mean.
Yeah, it's platinum. Yeah.
I'll take it. I got 21. How many do you have? Do you know?
It's fucking 6. I don't know. I don't platinum games like I used to.
Yeah. Okay. I played. So, what did you like it?
I actually enjoyed it for how simple it was, and just as like a storytelling device, it was honestly a nice change of pace instead of like Journey.
Yeah.
You know, not that Journey's bad or anything. Having a game that's, I guess, linear with like options still attached. It was kind of like What Remains of Edith Finch. Where it's like there's a lot to do, and it changes, but it doesn't really. It's all basically going to loop back around to the same place anyway.
So what is it? 8? What is it? What are the numbers?
What?
In your thing?
What do you mean?
Your PSN profile?
Oh, 825.
I knew it was an 8 first.
Yeah. I've been meaning to change it, but I heard some people when they change it, they lose out on their games. My cousin changed his and lost his GTA profile.
I heard.
Yeah.
Dom, what's wrong?
Stop playing GTA.
You just 2 months ago, you were like, let's get back into GTA. I'm playing.
No. He stopped playing GTA.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying stop playing it.
No. He stopped
I tried
playing
to look
it because
it up.
of
It's not working. Okay. Yeah, I liked it. It was cool. I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna platinum it. What was your? Do you remember what your first story was?
I do not. I have 8 platinums.
Oh.
I don't remember what my first one was.
That's 8?
Yeah. I stopped platinuming games like I used to. I think
you
now.
Also got one. You were 1 trophy away from Ghost of Tsushima, right?
Technically, too.
You're just fucking dumb.
I don't have the game.
It's right there.
Well, let me bring back Modern Warfare first.
And then you never played any of the Telltale games, right?
No.
Yeah.
Those are pretty easy to platinum.
I got 3 platinums right there.
I think there's only one chance-based trophy in Walking Dead.
In the second one, there's a chance-based trophy.
It's like a rock paper scissors.
Oh no!
game.
In 400 Day, in the expansion to the first one, there's a rock paper scissors thing that you can win or lose. And then that's the only missable one I think in the first 2. And the third one, you have to play through the second time, and the fourth one you have to play through the second time.
Well, I know there's one decision you can make in the first or second one.
Here's the second one.
That will come back later, and if you didn't make that decision, you can't get a trophy.
Okay, maybe there's one one in 400 Days, one in the second one, and the third one you have to play through it twice, and the fourth one you have to play through it twice.
Okay, I just remember Ray did an achievement guide for it ages ago, and he said that was one of 2 or 3 that are missable.
Yep. I did play Celeste. I didn't beat it.
I did.
There's 8, and I did 6 or 7 of them.
I sent you the picture, didn't I?
Yeah, there's 8 levels, and I think I beat 6 or 7 of them. I like it, but I like platformers more than you.
I'm okay with platform. I really am.
This, but
I'm okay with platformers. I don't like.
Yeah, this one and No More Heroes. It's the same. They're both platformers.
You say No More Heroes?
Not No More Heroes. Whatever that game was we played.
Which one?
The 8-bit.
Oh, what is it like? I think it's We're Not Heroes.
We're not something like that. Whatever it was.
Yeah, I found my screenshot.
It's the last.
It's not that I hate it. I hate platformers that are literally just throw yourself at a wall until you nail down the perfect button combination. Yeah, I'm not a fan of like the Impossible Game or Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy, like that reaches a point where it's I'm like,
just
this
abuse.
is basically impossible. I was like,
yeah.
I was playing that and I was like, this is so hard. At least Celeste isn't that as bad as Super Meat Boy. Okay?
I think it was because I was playing it nonstop. If I took breaks and let my brain refresh.
I play like once a day for a week, you know?
Yeah, no.
One level. You played it all the way through.
I beat it in 7 hours, 58 minutes, and 35 seconds, and I had 2,170 deaths.
I don't have that many.
Give no shit. I got 800, I think, on chapter like 2 or 3.
3, I think, is the one in the mansion.
I hated that one.
I thought it was fine. There's maybe one or two puzzles. I think there's 2 puzzles in the mansion that I was like, I fucking hate this. Yes. But then at the very end, when the fucking ghost is fucking chasing you, yes. I was sitting here. I was like, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever played in my fucking life.
Yep.
This is so fucking stupid. I hated that
part.
I'm
so happy you have to deal with this now.
I hated that fucking part. Dude.
No boss was hard.
My fucking mind.
No boss was harder than that one for me.
Dude, that pissed me. I
was on that for an hour.
100 times on that last level.
I was on that for like an hour.
I hated that so much. I was getting mad. I was like, this is fucking stupid.
I would
the game's hard enough. You don't need somebody fucking chasing you.
Yeah. And like attacking you while he's doing it. Like you're already pressed against the clock. Like, come on.
That was so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I'm so happy you had to deal with that too, because I thought I was just like bad at it. I was like, no, that
fucking sucked.
That was borderline poor design. Or no?
Yeah, I didn't like that. Yeah. Dude, some of these strawberries, I'm like, I don't know how to get. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, there are more abilities. Like,
no,
I can't. No. Like, I can't get that.
Every single one I saw, I knew how to solve. I just couldn't solve it. It just wasn't good enough. And instead of wasting
where I'm
my
like,
time,
I'm gonna get the strawberry, and I literally spent like 10, 15 minutes just getting the strawberry, and then I see another one, the next room, and I'm like,
I'm not getting that strawberry.
I just spent 20 minutes getting this other one. I'm not getting this one. Not 20. Yeah. I just spent 10 minutes getting this. I'm not getting this other one.
Even then, it's like there's a handful that as soon as I saw it and I was like mapping out the path in my head, I'd give myself like 5 tries. If I don't 5 tries, I leave it behind, because there's nothing like they don't give you anything. They don't do anything for you. It's just something that's at the end of the game. Fuck off. It's just for... I won't spoil it. I don't know if you're going to finish it.
Is this new?
No, I got it last year, last August.
Like brand new.
I bought it at the game. Yeah, it was $80.
Does this come apart?
Nope. That is the seam, because this is the player's hoodie they wear on the field.
Oh.
So staff or players will throw this on over their jerseys. If it's too hot, but they still want to have something covered, they put the seam in here so they can cut it without it fraying. That's pretty dope.
I thought this was a zipper.
I thought it was for like the first 20 minutes. I was like, where the fuck does this thing come? And then I looked online. And it's like, yeah, they just ripped this stitch and the sleeve comes off. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty dope. Yeah, I'm going to try to hit, I think, 4 A's games this year.
Out of how many? How many do they have? Is it 180
Fuck,
or something like that?
Yeah, like 180, yeah. Well, you got to think how many games are home games. Plus, it can't be a weekday. Yeah.
4's kind of a lot, don't you think?
I mean, if I do like 1 every other month, you know.
True, it does go on for a long ass fucking time.
Yeah, February to October.
That's so long, dude.
Yeah. Why do you think they have like 9 pitchers?
It's too long.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I was just read about like fucking Satchel Paige.
Yeah.
He's a beast, dude.
Yeah.
Throwing pitches at fucking 54 or some shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I saw a meme and it was like...
Was it a Two Bears meme?
It was like... No.
Because they had a segment on Two Bears about
it. Okay. It was like... Oh, they hired... Like, whatever team it was, hired Satchel Paige on just for publicity stunt, but nobody told him, and he proceeded to strike out the 4 pitchers in a row.
Yep.
And then I was like, what? And then I read about him for like 20 minutes. I was just reading about his whole life.
He's great, yeah.
Interesting. And then, like a couple days later, I start watching Are We There Yet? and his bobblehead is Satchel Paige, and I was like, what are the fucking odds?
Yeah.
I was like, maybe this was maybe that's why I clicked this, because this was in my mind, and I knew somewhere in the back of my mind that Satchel Paige was the bobblehead, because I remember there was a bobblehead in the show, but I didn't remember that, and I think that was in the back of my brain somewhere.
Yeah, honestly, like, it happens a lot more than I want to admit, where, like, you'll think about something, like, the universe will just tap into your brain, and you'll think about something like, I haven't thought of SpaghettiOs in ages. And then all of a sudden, you'll start seeing commercials or something for it.
Oh, I saw this one.
Here we go. Tangent time.
I saw this one video real quick.
We'll cut this
And this guy was like, sometimes when you, like when people say, like, oh, I was talking to whatever about it, and then my phone just started doing it, is like, sometimes what that is the other, like, if you look up something,
I heard about this.
I will get an ad for it because it knows that we hang out and talk to each other.
Yeah.
So if you look up something, then I'll get an ad. So if I don't look something up, but if I tell you about it, and then you look it up, then it will show up on my phone, and I'll think that it's the phone doing it. Because I think it was a Joe Rogan thing or whatever. Yeah. And the guy, he was like, that technology doesn't exist. That's fake. He's like, no matter what people say, that's fake. Okay? He's like, what actually happens is you'll look it up, but it knows we just talked, so then it'll give me ads.
I think it was Facebook.
That's what actually happened.
I think it was Facebook, because it will track your it will track your contacts list, and your Facebook knows where you are. Like, it tracks your location. So it sees your phone and my phone are next to each other. We're friends on Facebook, and we're in our contacts lists. So if I start looking up stuff, you will start getting ads for things I looked up because we were within proximity. Yeah. It started doing that with me and Brad at work. Like, I found a pair of sunglasses that I hadn't had in ages. And all of a sudden, like, we started talking about it. And he, I think, looked up the price of the sunglasses. And since we were sitting around at lunch for like 2 hours, and I think we're friends on Facebook, I started getting Facebook ads for stuff he was looking up. And I was like, God damn it, they're quick on that. Yeah. Honestly, how they're like tapping into the information you're putting in is a little scary. But once you get past like the whole everybody's watching you all the time garbage, it's so convenient. Like, they're not doing it because they care about what you're doing.
Dude,
your life's not that interesting.
About that stuff, and I'm like, Dad, who cares?
Your life's not that interesting. Like, why would like Mark Zuckerberg
people trying to get me? I'm like, Dad, it's not. Nobody cares about me.
Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates doesn't care about you.
You have no right to privacy.
Yeah. Well.
In the Constitution.
Yeah.
There's
technically,
like state laws of privacy or something like that. In the Constitution, there's no like.
You're not wrong, but there should be.
But there's not.
Yeah.
See, that's the. I know I said this before. I think in an older one is people talk about like rules in sports or like the referees screwing up or whatever. That's like a big thing people talk about. I always say I'm like, or my response to now is to people all the time. People usually like shut up after they say this.
Yeah.
Is I'm like, that's not what the rule is. You're saying what you want the rule to be. I'm telling you what the rule is. Like, they're like, that shouldn't be a technical. I'm like, in the rules, that's a technical. Well, he shouldn't have got it. I'm like, that's what you want the rules to be.
Yeah.
But he knows that's a technical. He's doing it. That's why it's selfish of a basketball player to do that. You know it's a technical.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get penalized for it. You know you're putting your team in a worse position.
Yeah.
That's selfish.
Well, that's the same. Like, the one rule I used to have to explain, even to my dad, was pass interference. Like, he couldn't grasp the concept. Just like, he's touching him, the ball's in the air, they're looking. He's like, he's allowed to, because that's what the rules are. As soon as he pushes off, shoves, anything like that, then it's a different story. There is a reason these rules are written the way they are. As soon as he tries to touch the ball, if his hands make contact, he can touch him as much as he wants. He can smack him in the head if he wants, but he's going to get flagged on that. But it's not going to be pass interference. And it's just such a weird rule for them to not grasp. I don't know. A lot of like the rules as written versus how they should be is always going to be controversial. I mean, there's also a handful of rules that never come up, but if they don't have them in place, of course somebody's going to exploit it. You know, like the tuck rule. Jesus.
Okay. Let's wrap this up. Okay, Nick.
Yes.
Is there a board game you want to try and play?
Depending on how much I get paid, and if I have to pay off my credit card, I'm going to try to get Carcassonne.
All right, I'm just going to put Carcassonne. You're going to do it this time. See, tomorrow the plan is we're going to play Star Wars Villainous, and I haven't told Sky the list, but I think I'm going to get next expansion for Catan that we've been talking about again.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get surprised.
Which one's that one?
Cities and Knights.
Nice.
So it makes like you can upgrade your cities even more.
Nice.
So
I think I might get Catan, but
I'm just gonna put those down because I know that's where we're gonna play.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna wait until I get Carcassonne, get the expansion and everything, spend $200 on that, and once I play the absolute hell out of that,
no, the whole thing was like $80 or something like that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it Catan that was like $200?
Catan is like the base Catan is gonna be like $65.
No. I meant like the complete set.
The complete, the like 3D. The 3D one was $300. That's what you're thinking of.
Well, I know one of them. It was like all of the expansions, like the big box set. I thought
Carcassonne, yeah.
Yeah, no. I thought that I knew one of them was triple digits. I didn't remember if it was Catan or if it was Carcassonne. Because I know Carcassonne I was going to get either way. I really want to play
$77.98.
For the big box?
Yeah.
Well, shit. I might
big box
snag
2022, $72 Games Guild.
I'll snag that.
That's it.
I might check on Amazon. Because I can have it delivered.
It's not that much.
Yeah. No. I know one of them is like $150.
All right. Movies.
I
don't have a movie I've been thinking of. I want to watch The Money Pit just because. That's a
Tom Hanks one, right?
Tim Hanks movie, yeah.
Tim Hanks.
Pick a movie.
I'm gonna try to watch The Whale.
Okay.
I hear it's pretty good. Made a lot of people cry.
Yep. All right. TV show.
I'm gonna probably finish Book of Boba Fett. I will be watching Mandalorian.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start watching Mandalorian. I mean, it comes out Wednesday. We're gonna be doing staff watch parties.
Boba Fett. BOFB.
Yep.
Staff what? What'd you say?
We're gonna do staff watch parties. So it comes out on Wednesdays. We're gonna watch it every Thursday on our lunch.
That's cute.
Yeah, we just go in the theater room, kick it on.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Video game. I forgot. I skipped video game. I'm gonna put Dishonored. There's 3 Dishonored DLCs. One is just a bunch of trials or whatever, and then one's the actual story, and the 2 are actual stories. So I'm gonna try and play both of those.
Okay. I'm going to beat Minish Cap, and then I think I might jump back into Monster Hunter. I really want to scratch that itch. They just put out DLC. They just put out a big fix. So I think I'm going to jump into that. So
all right.
We'll give it a shot.
Now, Indie Game Club.
I was going to look.
Did you look at it? Okay, so there's one indie game called Fez. Maybe we'll watch that one. Because I know that one was really big.
Oh, I think I saw that one. Let me double check because it was a plus game.
It's a puzzle platformer. It is a little bit longer. I just looked up. It says like 6 hours, so it's a little bit longer. But it's still an indie game, and I know it was rated super high. So we can either do that one or you can pick a different one.
It wasn't letting me swap to games. Hold on, let me see if I have it.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was a plus game. If not, it's probably plus essentials. This is the part of the podcast where we pause and stare at our phones.
Yeah, we gotta stop doing this. We gotta pick it before.
I'm at 1% and it's not loading. Ah, here we go. I do not have it. It's $12. Fuck it. I'll pick it up.
You get it?
If I don't get Carcassonne, I'll definitely be getting that. And if I don't get Carcassonne, I'll probably just play more Mantis. Or work on my magic decks. I want to bring some of my decks next time.
Yeah, I got a couple. We could play like a couple.
I got my vampire deck right now.
Oh.
You complained last time I didn't bring it, so
yeah,
I brought a deck.
Yeah. I'd probably want to try out 2 of my
do it.
Other ones. All right, let's wrap this up. Okay. Nick, do you have a joke?
I had one when we started.
Joke of the Fortnight.
I do, but it's not. It's.
Oh man, where'd the joke?
It's a pretty bad joke.
Okay. I got one. I once purchased a dog from a blacksmith.
Yeah.
As soon as I brought him home, he made a bolt for the door.
That's actually pretty good.
All right. Let's wrap this up. That was a lot of fun. Nick, catchphrase.
You know, funny enough, I had the joke. I remember the joke.
What is it?
Do you want the clean joke or you want the dirty joke?
I don't give a fuck.
All right. You really got to hand it to blind strippers.
Okay. All right, Nick. Catchphrase.
I don't have one. I had a joke this week.
That's a weird ass fucking catchphrase.
I know, right?
All right. That was a lot of fun. Ow, I hurt myself.
It's peanut butter jelly time. There you go.
That was a lot of fun. We'll see you next time, folks. It's Jeff the Markman.
Damn it.